Alright, I'm gonna try to make this quick before my daughter gets to the stack again while I'm not looking. But good thing nothing of importance got too damaged. Anyway, yeah, this is a mono green modern infect deck. This is my own personal take on it. I'm sure a lot of other infect enthusiasts would probably disagree with my method to splash black for a full playset of dismembers, but you know, I started this game off as a fucking black mage, and I mean, if I don't have some kind of black behind me, I don't really feel in my comfort zone. So yeah, this is it. This is just my take on it. Let me start off with the more controversial shit first. That right there. You know, some people would argue, hey, go full playset, fucking mutagenic growth to go for all-out optimal speed, or even a full playset of Become Immense just because it's so fucking sick, because it's in an infect deck that's basically a +12/+12. But I mean, I figured they're both dead some of the time, so they're kind of both of equal value to me. So one's better for the early game and one's better for the late game. So I just kind of did a split. However, tonight at F&M, I'll probably well, I mean, really FNTH, I should say, because they throw their modern tourneys on Thursday at my local shop. I'm thinking about maybe just shelling out a buck or two for an extra couple of mutagenic growths, just to, you know, just because I don't expect any, you know, this might be a little too silly. In other words, you know, the consistency is just split. But I mean, I think it's a good split, honestly, because I feel like it's well-rounded. But, you know, one can argue that you're not going to have the cards you need. Anyway, I can go on all day about, I guess, theory craft and, you know, micro specifics, but let's move right along. Okay, so for creatures, I did a horrible fucking job of laying this shit out, but basically we got the 4 Glistener Elves, of course, the 4 Ichorclaw Mirrors, and Sylvan Scrying kind of counts as a, you know, creature in its own right, as you can fetch your Ink Moss. Got a full play set of those. Can't play Infect without those. Yeah, I got 1 Noble Hierarch that'll eventually become 4 once the, you know, once we get to that point. Those are kind of a pricey penny right now. I got the 1 of the Spellskite. You know, just for S&Gs, it could even be another power up or something. But you know, what the fuck ever, man. It's good as a 1 of, I think. 4 Dismembers. Got the 1 Wild Defiance. You know, you got the usual suspects, the 4 Rankers, the 4 Vinewoods, 4 Mites. I got 4 Groundswells just because I feel like it's, you know, I'm playing a mana every turn, so why not, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much the deck right there, you know, as far as like non-lands go. Now let's move along to the lands. Okay, so yeah, I got myself a little toolbox going on since I'm running Sylvan Scrying. The Urborg is a singleton, just because I am running Dismembers, a full playset of them. And, you know, I mean, it couldn't hurt to have as a 1 of, I think. You know, you could possibly save life, you know, instead of, you know, just totally draining yourself to just give something a -5/-5. So, I mean, it's come in handy before. You can always fetch for it. I got a single fetch, you know, just to speed up the deck a little bit, you know. I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm going to get fucked over by Blood Moon. We got 3 Cathedrals of War just because, you know, I mean, I do have the 4th one. The 4th one is right there on the top of the stack. But, you know, it's just, it's kind of slow because it comes into play tapped, you know. I was thinking about replacing it with Vesuva. just because that thing is kind of an all-arounder. But I mean, this deck is going for optimal speed, and the fact that I have, the one of the Hierarch, these Cathedrals of War will eventually get replaced by Noble Hierarch, and as I make my journey towards green-black, and in a way, this deck is kind of like it wants to be green-black, but I'm just kind of making the most of what I've got right now at the moment. Yeah, green-black's heavy expensive, especially when you get to the lands, and the lands and the Hierarchs. That's kind of what's holding me back right now. I pulled that Hierarch out of a Modern Master 2-pack a little over a year ago, last May, I want to say, of 15. I got the singleton of the Ghost Quarter. I've got an Overgrown Tomb. Like I said, a typical move I'll do is I'll use Sylvan Scrying to get a Wooded Foothill and then fetch for Overgrown Tomb. Just to speed up the deck. We're trying to be lightning fast here. And of course, the singleton of Pendlehaven. Some people would say to run 2, but for budget reasons, I'm running 1. Also, it's legendary, so 2 might be all right. I'll probably eventually bump it up to 2, but 1 at the moment, that's kind of all right for me. It's just straight to the fucking point. Mono green infect. I like those dismembers a lot, but that's just me. I'm gonna talk them up since no one else does. They say it's a sideboard card at best, but I just dismember's really fucking good. You could either try to go around things with Apostle's Blessing, or go right through them with dismember. Plus, dismember and mutagenic growth both give food for that guy right there to become immense. So it's really up to the discretion of the player, I guess. Whoever's piloting the deck. Now on to the sideboard. Alrighty, so we got 2 Ratchet Bombs just because in my meta, token decks are heavy. Even non-token decks run Lingering Souls and bullshit like that, so we're gonna rock the Ratchet Bombs. I've seen net decks run 4-ofs of Tormod's Crypt, but I personally like Surgical Extraction. For one, yeah, it costs a Phyrexian black, so you're going to be paying 2 life or a single black, but it's kind of I don't know, if I'm gonna fuck with your graveyard, I'm gonna make it hurt, and that's just my style, I guess. But I see Tormod's Crypt is is like a full-on graveyard wipe, whereas Surgical Extraction, it fucks with their deck and their hand on top of the graveyard. So you really there's a psychological game in play as well. So that's kind of the game I'm all about. The game within the game. You got the 3 of the Nature's Claim. That could probably be bumped up to 4, but I did want that singleton of Beast Within, just because it is a modern day Vindicate, and it's ridiculously good and underrated. I think I might even mainboard it. I don't know. I would probably trade it out with Wild Defiance, but we'll cross that bridge when we're there. I might do it for S&G's one of these Thursdays. Of course, the tokens for Carrion's Call as well as Beast Within. Yeah, there's Carrion's Call right there. The 2 Rangers Guile for Hexproof. And an extra Wild Defiance in case whatever. I was also thinking about running 2 of those in the main board. And a Viridian Corruptor. Just to look cool, he's another infect body, and he also has, a summoning effect, so he's pretty good. He does some work. So anyway, that's it. This is the mono green infect deck of Jace Manic. Also, as far as lands go, we are at a whopping 22. The forest got about 10 of those. So we don't really need too many, but I don't like to have too little as well. It can go either way, even despite the low mana curve. But in my opinion, this deck right here, as is, it's sort of kind of built for like an all-around game. It's very fast, but I mean, I think it can hold its own into the mid to late game. You know, this is just my personal take on mono green infect, and it still fucking tears ass up. So to each his own. You know, I thought about running giant growths, titanic growths, predator strikes, you name it. You know, just going all out with the buffs, but or even apostle's blessing. However, yeah, see, I got a fog and apostle's blessing. You know, whatever. You know, I had thought about it, play tested, but I think I want to go straight destro and fucking like just green. You know, this is just my style. Why would I play someone else's style? You know, if I can't relate to it, then I'm certainly not going to pilot the deck right. So this is just my take on a relatively affordable deck. The price has gone up. It's skyrocketed, you know, especially with those ink moss right there. You know, that last I saw, they were like 40, 50 bucks a pop. And hopefully they went down by now. But I got those when they were still like $7, $8, you know. I've had those since, you know, it's been years. But yeah, I guess that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So, anywho, Mr. Manic out. Hopefully you learned something.